With the release of Modern Horizons, we here at Card Kingdom are giving out these nifty Modern Archetype stickers. However, we know that maybe not everyone's into Modern quite yet. So if you want to rock some of these nifty stickers, but want to know more about the decks first, here's a quick intro to some of the archetypes. In this video, we're going to cover Blue-White Control and Dredge. The fairest of fair decks in Modern, Blue-White Control is not looking to cheat on mana, or recur creatures from the graveyard over and over, or even to really do anything but play more magic than its opponent. This deck is a deck that just says no. A lot. While the deck does play some creatures, Snapcaster Mages and Vendilion Clicks in some combination, with the occasional spicy Nimble Obstructionist or some such, they are in the deck more for value and rebuying spells than laying down those sick beats. I mean, yes, they will occasionally attack the opponent down to 0 over the course of many turns, but that's almost incidental to the main plan. No, the best creature the deck plays, and the one that usually deals the killing blow, is one of its lands. Celestial Colonnade is a beefy, evasive beater, and Vigilance means it can still tap for mana even when it attacks. It takes a bit before the deck feels safe activating a Colonnade, but this is a deck that doesn't mind going long. The Planeswalkers Blue-White Control plays are all powerhouses. The 2 Teferis and Jace the Mind Sculptor. These cards generate such a ridiculous amount of card advantage and completely shut off your opponent's ability to meaningfully interact. If the deck can stick one or more of these walkers and protect them for more than a turn, it's usually all over, even if the game plays out for a while after that. Other than that, it's all permission, removal, and card draw. Cryptic Command is the poster child of modern control decks, with some combination of Negate, Mana Leak, Logic Knot, Spell Snare, and most recently, Dovin's Veto rounding out the usual suspects for counterspells. Mass Removal is some combination of Terminus, Supreme Verdict, and Wrath of God, with spot removal being 4 Path to Exiles and maybe an Oust or 2. Opt, Serum Visions, and Search for Azcanta let the deck churn through cards to find the answer it needs, with Detention Sphere being a good catch-all for problematic permanents. Blue-white sideboards tend to be pretty diverse. Stony Silence, Rest in Peace, Timely Reinforcements, and Celestial Purge are the most usual includes, with some amount of additional counter magic and more threats taking up the flex slots. Given that UW can get through its deck pretty quickly, sideboards are usually a bunch of 1 or 2 ofs, since they'll generally be able to find the answers they need. Dredge is the namesake mechanic for this deck. If a card has Dredge X, then if it is in your graveyard, you can replace any draw with putting the top X cards of your deck into your graveyard and returning the card with Dredge to your hand. So once the first Dredge card goes into the graveyard, it becomes easier to fill up your graveyard with yet more Dredge cards. Got it? There are 4 cards with Dredge that are pretty much auto-includes in the modern version of the deck. Stinkweed Imp and Golgari Thug are the 2 creatures. Imp is a 4 of, with 1 or 2 copies of the Thug along for the ride. And Life from the Loam and Dark Blast are the spells. Dark Blast usually is a 1 of, with Loam getting the full playset. Loam serves a very important role in the deck beyond dredging, as it makes sure you are always hitting your land drops. And those land drops are important because of another 4 of creature, Bloodghast. Whenever you play a land, if Bloodghast is in your graveyard, it comes straight onto the battlefield. That would be pretty good on its own, but it also triggers another creature in your graveyard, Prized Amalgam, which returns to the battlefield during your end step if another creature entered the battlefield from your graveyard this turn. Prized Amalgam can also be triggered by Narcomoeba, which enters the battlefield for free if it is put into your graveyard from your library, which will happen a lot if you're actively dredging. Creeping Chill is another card that triggers the same way and gives the deck a nice amount of random damage out of nowhere, which is also the purpose that Conflagrate serves. As you dredge a bunch of cards, they'll all end up in your hand, and then you can just conflagrate them back into your yard and start dredging all over again, if you don't just kill your opponent outright. Cathartic Reunion, Faithless Looting, and Shriekhorn all get cards into your yard and allow for yet more dredging. This is a deck with a very singular goal, and everything in the deck is tuned to make that happen. Sideboard for Dredge are mostly geared around dealing with the graveyard hate that your opponents are sure to bring in. Nature's Claim and Ancient Grudges kill pesky enchantments and artifacts, and cards like Lightning Axe can clear the way for your creatures, while also getting an extra card into your bin. After that, it's essentially dealer's choice for a bunch of useful catch-alls like Engineered Explosives, Assassin's Trophy, and even Grave Hate of your own. Obviously, these decks are going to be changed up over time as new cards come into the format, but the general idea will remain the same. So which of these decks do you like better? Which would win in a heads-up match? Let us know your thoughts down below. Thank you.